So what's going on? This is Vincent Valentine EX Turk, and if you, I don't know if the E3 has posted their stuff. I had to watch E3 tonight, but I went to Amazon.com today, just to add more stuff on my wish list, and
burns eternal in our hearts.
I found something that says Final Fantasy VII PlayStation 4 release date. I mean, it's gonna be released next December 2016.
Yet with each fond remembrance,
2016,
we knew those encountered
before the new year.
Were
so
not
this
forgotten.
is going to be really good that it's released. So they're finally releasing it, so that's a good thing.
That someday
we just don't know if
see
this
them
can actually be
again.
episodic or not.
Perhaps
this is
it
going to
was
be a
no
big
more
game
than
if I'm going to have to
wishful
delete other
thinking.
games to play this game. Because it's not a matter if I could buy it or not. It's the, during launch time. Because I'll save money for
But
this
after
one.
the long calm, there are now
It's
the
really
beginnings
mostly
of a stir.
on if
The reunion at hand
this is
may
actually
bring
more
joy.
if
It may bring fear.
if
But let us embrace
this is gonna be
whatever it
episodic or
brings.
not, if what's gonna happen to it, if
For
they're gonna
they
keep the original
are
story
coming
but then
back.
discard the extra story, we don't know yet. Again,
At
I'll wait
last,
until E3. They
the
don't really announce
promise
their games on
has been
E3,
made.
so we don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, so we'll just keep things, I guess, posted and whatnot. But it's like we don't know what's gonna happen yet. I mean, if it's episodic or not, we don't know. We just don't know, okay? We don't really know what's gonna happen, Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So, yeah. Well, if it's gonna be episodic, this is gonna cost a lot of money, so what's gonna happen? I'm gonna have to put some money away for this. Like, $200 just because I could just buy the other episodes or buy the disc. If this gets released a little early, this might cut out some of the extra content we want to throw in the completion of Final Fantasy VII. So we may not, I hate to say this, we may not see the Genesis, storyline, Genesis Sephiroth storyline like we were supposed to get. I think the closest we might get is the actual completion games as DLC if we get a collector's edition, meaning that we would get Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus as part of the PSN downloads. So you'd be getting like the original remake, but also with the completion, without Avid Children, because Avid Children's a movie. So that wouldn't make sense to put a movie on there. I guess if they wanted to include it, they could. But I'm more hyped on E3 because the Final Fantasy VII remake and Final Fantasy 15. This is mainly the Final Fantasy VII video because we got an official release date. So I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully that if they do have to take out the extra story modes in the games, I hope they keep the Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus. Because, those are good completions for the game. I mean, even though Dirge of Cerberus didn't sell very many units, because not a lot of people liked it because it was not a RPG, I still think it should be included in it because it was still part of the Final Fantasy VII Saga trilogy. As you see in my collection, I have the whole completion besides the Core Crisis and Dirge of Cerberus Lost Episodes. Or the Spiet storyline from, from the online. I think I'll probably do the online on PS2. So if I got PS2 and play my Japanese imported copy of Dirge of Cerberus, I won't be able to play the Spiet storyline. But with or without, I think that they're just gonna take up the extra story. I mean, I know for a fact they're gonna keep Vincent because Case Mix okay? They're gonna keep Vincent and Yuffie made part of the game, even though they're not original characters per se. They actually made it a part of the whole lore. I mean, and Square Enix is trying to put a lot of money into this project. If Final Fantasy VII Remake doesn't work, if this game does not work out, this remake, Square Enix is done. They're gonna have to file bankruptcy. They're gonna have to file all that stuff. They're gonna, it's going to go down the tubes unless Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy 15 saves the ass. Square Enix, because they're putting a lot of money into this, so they're gonna do everything the fans want them to do, even if they don't have the extra storyline. I really hope that I really hope that they at least put Yuffie Vincent, and they will. Even if they don't give them that extra storyline, like if you don't, when you in the original game where you see Lucretia and Vincent Valentine's past cutscene, the cutscene you see again at Dirge of Cerberus. Yeah, I really don't want to take it out, but that's a possibility, but I don't think they're going to take out that because it's an original thing. I think that anything that's on this game specifically is going to be on the remake. Even if they have to make it episodic, they're probably going to put everything on this game. They're going to put everything on this game like they did this one. So there will be a Vincent Yuffie, and there will be Yuffie Wutai side quest. There would be Vincent Valentine's Death Penalty side quest. They'll come with all the side quests that exist in this game. So that will happen. That will happen. Now, yes, of course the characters are going to be updated. We've seen Cloud. Cloud looks extremely buff and bulky, like he's been hitting low weights. Get ready to see characters that look way more attractive. We all know SJWs are real pissed off about that. Tifa's gonna look uber sexy and Cloud's gonna look uber buff. We already know that. But when we've seen the trailer, they look like real people. These characters look like real people. So it's gonna be really good. This is gonna be something I'm actually hyped for launch. I've never been to a launch party in a long time, and that's because I've always got myself ripped off, so I have had bad stories with launch. But this launch party, I'm actually going to try. I mean, hopefully I can do this. I mean, hopefully the GameStop where I live does not, allow cosplay. But I'm actually going to go in there just as Vincent Valentine if I can, and pick up the game. And December 16th, 2016. So that's going to happen. That is going to happen. Because of this, I'm not gonna have any money for Nakakon because, I'm only gonna, for that I'm only gonna be able to go to one con. I'm gonna miss Nakakon to pick up the Final Fantasy VII because I'm gonna invest a lot of money in this. This is my favorite game of all time, so I'm gonna invest all my money into this. So I'm gonna, hopefully, like I said, I hope they don't bar cost them, and I know I can't take the gun with me, but I could at least wear it out for 2 weeks. I would probably do it without the makeup, just so I can blend in a little bit, just so I don't look too crazy. So I'll probably just wear just the outfit to GameStop and pick it up. The Vincent Valentine outfit and pick it up, so... Yeah, so that's part of what's going to happen, I'm glad that there's finally a release date, and I'm happy. And the gameplay is going to be different than this. If we already know from the trailer, and from the other trailer, it plays like 15. It's the 15 engine. Yes, you still have to level up, but you don't have to do turn-based combat. You can move around and stuff like that. Like, you'd be able to move around those guys and attack them like that. So it's even different than even the Final Fantasy 13. With the graphics of 15. Now, we don't know who's going to really do the music. Nobuo Natsu's not going to do the music. So are they going to revamp the music, I wonder? Is the music going to be revamped? Like, Vincent's Nightmare Begins? Is it going to have, like, a more orchestra take to it? Or are they going to make a new theme for Vincent? I mean, I like it if they just reamp the original soundtrack, but that's just me. you know, that's just me being a classic fan, as I am. So I really do think that they probably should reamp the originals, even if it's Nobuo Natsu. If Mahashi does the Final Fantasy VII remake soundtrack, you know, if they do the Final Fantasy VII remake soundtrack, I hope they remix the old music like this, but with more orchestra, kind of like, I don't know, kind of like Hans Zimmerman style, you know. I like his, you know, style of, you know, or John Williams type of style. Mahashi could do any of that for Final Fantasy VII remake soundtrack. Now, as for the merchandise, we already know there's Kai arts going to come out for each one. They're already on the progress of making Cloud's Kai arts figure. And yes, it's going to be expensive. We're talking $200. It's expensive because it's completely accurate to it. Like, it got the muscles that he gets, like the big buff muscles he got in the remake trailers. So yes, they're, you know, they're going to be Kai arts. That means they are going to come out. I think the first ones would be his Cloud, Tifa, Barret as the first ones, and then they'll probably do it right. I could see them, because this is such a big game, that they invest so much in the merchandise that they're gonna all make every single Avalanche member, you know, like the Avalanche right now, like Cloud, Tifa, Barret, Aeris, Red 13, Kate, Sith, Yuffie, Vincent Valentine, Sith. They're gonna probably make them as players. So yes, we could be expecting a new Sid figure, a Sid Highwing figure. So, you know, from the PlayArts Kai lineup. I really don't do much on the toys, but I do collect them. So yes, we could be seeing. Like I said, we could be seeing. And so that means there's really no point in getting the PlayArts Kai bits of Valentine they already have now, because they're going to make a new one based off the new remake. So that's going to be good. Well, merch that they're going to also come out with when they make the demo, at least when the demo comes out after E3, I can, you know, I kind of can picture Hot Topic and stuff like that making shirts for this, and I'm going to pick me up a shirt. So they're going to be making shirts for this game too, because this is going to be a big game. Square Enix is going to invest millions of dollars in this project. And you know what? This was needed. This remake was needed. Let's be honest. This remake was a much needed remake. Some people say, hey, Final Fantasy VI should have got the remake, or Final Fantasy VIII should have, which I'm not going to go into that because it's just going to give me a fight. I think that this was needed. This was a good enough game that it deserved a remake. You know, I mean, it had the completions and stuff like that in the movie. I mean, that's good stuff. I think it's needed a remake. Because, let's be honest, Sony barely remakes any of their games. You know, it's not like Nintendo, where Nintendo constantly remakes every thing. This is actually one of the games that deserved a remake. And even the comments below... Hold up. I need my characters first, not quit. Okay, who has my healing magic? Because I just turned off the code, so... So you tell me below what you think, and what you think about the release date, and if it's going to change or not, and are you